Hello everybody and welcome back to UniversalGiant Plays The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time Master Quest. In this part of the playthrough, we're going to be starting the final dungeon of the game, Gannons Castle! Because Ganondorf kidnapped Princess Zelda, and we have to go in to save her. But unlike the original version of this game, Ganon is not interested in seeing us. So he's got these two huge green skull dudes here that I'd like to kill, but it's not letting me. Come back here. Nah. Oh well, I guess we'll have to wait for his flame to go down, but I don't think it's necessary to kill him before we go in. I just don't like looking at skulls this big. Come back here. Die, 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 die. Thank you. Hearts would be nice. No hearts. Instead, whereas in the old version of this game we would have two Beamos to meet us here, we have... Oh, I want to deal with this guy first. But we have the Armos Knights, which were the fake statues. We had the two green skulls, and we have an iron knuckle back there. So I just like to get everything out of the way before I face the iron knuckle. In such a tiny space, anyway. And he gives us bombs, so bombs are nice. Just before every Iron Knuckle fight, I always do this. Nehru's love. Just in case. Just in case. So let's attack him from behind. That's the honorable thing to do, right? Because if he keeps behind him, he can't do anything. Okay, I guess he can. I'm glad I had Nehru's love. Come on, die! Die! Thank you. I'm gonna need some magic refill first. Anyway, you could probably tell this dungeon has also been redone for the Master Quest version, and it definitely suits the much harderness of the Master Quest, for lack of a better term. Anyway, I like starting off with the Spirit Room. You'll see why when we pass through. Anyway, there are 6 barriers we need to get rid of, each of them representing a sage, or an element, the temples that we went through. And basically the idea is you want to dispel all 6 barriers before you can get to the inner tower, which is where Ganon is. Now, notice these big throne things. There's actually a switch in there, so you're probably asking yourself how we're supposed to get it. Well, guess what this eye switch is for? Somebody that'll help us open these up. It's an iron knuckle. Oh, that's the wrong button. That would have been bad. Hello, Mr. Iron Knuckle. Please open this up for me. Open! Open more. Please open more. There it is. Actually, let's fight him without Nehru's love. I want to see if I can do this without taking damage. Hey, awesome. Anyway, Megaton Hammer for the switch. I feel so badass doing that without Nehru's love. It's been forever since I've done that. But anyway, hit that switch and it opens up the door. Rupees are completely useless to you at this point because there's nothing you can buy anymore. Anyway, we've got one of these dudes. I guess I'll just wait for your flame to go away and I'll shoot you in the face, because that's the only part of your body left. Flying skull. Small treasure chest. What could it possibly be? It has to be bomb shoes, because we need bomb shoes in this room. Yeah, if you didn't get that treasure chest, you probably wouldn't see that little hole in the ceiling up there with the switch. And what you want to do is line yourself up perfectly straight for this. You do not want to mess this up. Although I have 50 bomb shoes, I could probably afford to mess up more than once. You want to make sure you're perfectly straight for this. I don't think I am, but drop a bomb shoe, it'll run through the hole in the ceiling, it'll run up the wall all the way in the back, hopefully hit the switch. Hooray, it did! So now we can go through the door. I want to make sure, is this guy called a bubble? Yeah, green bubble. Die, green bubble! I can really use some heart refills. Mommy! I was really hoping to jump attack you, but you're not going to let me, so magic is awesome. Redeads, I can actually freeze with the Sun Song, so let's do that. Sun Song. I can't believe I remembered the Sun Song. It's been so long since I played this game. Weeks. I'll admit it's been weeks. Jump attack. Hello. Jump attack. Is that all of them? I think that's all of them. You'll notice a lot of sun switches, but there is no sunlight. There is, however, a cobweb in the ceiling. I believe they also did this in the original version. Anyway, shoot it with a fire arrow. I think Din's fire also works, but fire arrows are probably more effective for this. Anyway, make sure you put away whatever weapon you're using. And the most conspicuously hidden ice switch is right behind that, which is what opens the door. And there's also another ice switch that gives you something you really want, which is the big treasure chest for this dungeon. But you heard the bad music, so I think a wall master's going to come down and try to kill me. Or not. Okay, sweet. I'm pretty sure the rest of them just bring down wall masters. I'm not going to toy around with those. But anyway, the final big treasure chest in the game is the golden gauntlets, which lets you move around even bigger things. You can feel the power coursing through your arms. Grab with A and lift stuff up. You need to get that before you can finish off this dungeon, because there are points in here where you need to lift heavy things that you can only lift with the golden gauntlets. Anyway, you see, that's the source of one of the power barriers, which you need the light arrows to dispel. So usually in these rooms you will get either refills of magic or arrows, depending on what you need. So anyway, shoot it with a light arrow, it disappears, and the sage for the respective element that you're freeing dispels the barrier. Tells you to hurry up and defeat the evil Ganondorf. Makes a pretty colored orb and teleports us outside the room. Wow, that's a neat effect. Usually you don't get it to zoom out if you're not on an emulator. That's cool. Reminds me of Majora's Mask when, you know, on the final day, not the final day, but as time is passing, as you're getting close to the dawn of a new day, the screen slowly gets smaller and smaller and smaller until dawn comes, and then the screen's back to the normal size. But before we progress any further through the dungeon, I want to head outside and get probably the biggest and most, well, it's not most important, but it's probably the one great fairy you want to find in this entire game. If you never get any others, you want to get this one. And you can see it's behind that huge boulder that you can only lift with the golden gauntlets. Navi's going to go over there and turn green. Watch how heavy this is. You always have a huge cutscene when you lift one of these huge boulders. So you take it, you throw it all the way back there, and it's so heavy it doesn't break up, it just stays there. I'm going to need my Ocarina for the Great Fairy. I have my Ocarina, what am I doing? Well, I want to equip my hookshot anyway. So in we go to the last fairy, Great Fairy's fountain in the game. Roll on in, play Zelda's Lullaby, wait for the cutscene to finish where we see the Great Fairy popping up from the fountain. Of course, it's got to be the most epic fairy entrance yet because it's the last one. So this one's standing upright rather than lying down. Cool. Welcome. I am the Great Fairy of Courage. Going to enhance our defensive power. Basically what this does, it adds a little white barrier around all of our hearts, signifying that we have twice as much health as we did before, which is awesome. Your defensive power is enhanced! Yay! Your defensive power has been enhanced. I know that! Damage inflicted by enemies will be reduced by half. And of course, when battle has made you weary, come back to see me. All that stuff. Super. So let's head back to Gannons Castle. Yeah, before we do, there's a golden skull tool I want to get over here. There's no particular reason to get it whatsoever, unless you're going for all 100. But it's there if you want it. Just take it. Careful not to roll off the side. The camera angle's kind of weird over here. Anyway, that's going to do it for this part of the playthrough. In the next part of the playthrough, we will continue through Gannons Castle, dispelling more barriers and all that cool stuff. See you then.